As always, I loved all of your comments that you guys left on my previous video titled Top 5 Carnivores Then and Now. Aging backwards is real. But I think there's a lot of people who miss the point that I was trying to make entirely. And that's my fault because I really didn't go deep enough into this concept of aging backwards and what I meant by that. You saw the before and after of Sean Baker and Ken Berry and all the rest. And a lot of people were like, hey, wait a minute, he's got wrinkles and he looks older than he did back then. And that's not really what I meant by the claims of de-aging. But don't worry, I'm not going to nerd out for an hour and discuss oxidation process or give you a class in telomeres or something. But no, today I want to talk real world aging, the kind that you can sense and feel, because I need to clarify something crucial. When I say the carnivore influencers are aging backwards, I'm not talking about a smooth, Botoxed facade. I'm referring to something way more important than that. I'm talking about reversing the death of the human spirit. It's something that I think we need to discuss right here on the Carnivore Science Channel. My definition of old is being in your 40s or 50s or older and coming home and sitting down in your designated recliner, that special throne of decay, and accepting that the peak of your life is over. The worst part? I'm Gen X, and nothing has changed since my parents' generation. Their drug of choice was sitting in front of the TV watching Walter Cronkite, Hee Haw, or, the worst, The Lawrence Welk Show. Now, the designated spot to decay is the same recliner, but the drug is binging Netflix, or more accurately, mainlining the Hallmark Channel. It's the same road to ruin. It's a full-throated surrender. The aging I'm referring to isn't a vanity problem. It's a capability problem. It's not the silver hair or the lines on your face that everybody ends up with. Some less, some more. It just depends. It's the fact that you can't get out of the chair without using a coffee table to get up. It's that you can no longer do your own yard work. And what's worse, it's just not physical decay, it's cognitive decline. And I refuse to go down that road if I can help it. I don't want to end up smacking the keyboard while I'm in Word and screaming at my family members that the freaking AOL is broken. I'd like to keep my mind, thank you. This is where the carnivore sixth sense comes in. The thing is, we carnivores can spot the reversal of this lifestyle from like a mile away. It's a special ability that you develop once you go carnivore. I call it carnivision. Most people only look at the surface, but when you see with carnivision, you can see something deeper than that. It's the way a person presents, the way they walk and they talk, and their lifestyle. It's a quality that you just can't put your finger on, but you know it's there. Best described, it's as if your consciousness was actually transported into somebody else, like a Freaky Friday episode, like somebody that's 20.
I'm old!
I beg your pardon?
Oh, I'm like the Crypt Keeper!
Okay, that's enough.
Or you're in some kind of transporter accident in a sci-fi movie. Either way. Though, yes, a lot of people have much clearer skin and less wrinkles, and they have their hair getting darker. That's something that I've heard of from a lot of people, too. But the most earth-shattering characteristic of the carnivore diet is the vitality. That's what de-aging means in terms of the carnivore diet. Another topic that I don't see anyone talking about much is the R word, retirement. It is one of the most insidious and dangerous concepts our society has sold us on. Stop working and go sit in your recliner, watch your shows, enjoy your golden years, and let your metabolic disease finish you off once and for all. Hell, many people don't even make it to retire before they fall completely apart or worse. The cost of this mindset, combined with inflammatory diets, is biological self-destruction. And no, I do not mean those who quit working for a company and then go somewhere else or do something else. To bring this back around, The individuals I highlighted in the previous video don't buy into this age-related mindset either. It's just the opposite, in fact. Let's take another look at Sean Baker, for example. His physique has significantly improved, as has the inflammation in the earlier photo. Dr. Baker has been a successful athlete for a while now, and I'm not sure if 8 years ago he was doing this or not. The point being, he is still doing it, or he started doing it. This is an example of how he's just not stopping the clock, he's got it going backwards. I mean, come on. Now, he is more of an example of carnivore and athletic prowess, but he's just a beast in that area. But I want to look at this in a slightly different angle, so let's take another look at Dr. Ken Berry specifically. So if you're just looking for wrinkles and gray hairs, sure, Dr. Berry looks older than he did 8 years ago. But with carnivision, it lets us see the truth down deep. I can't do this. Oh God, it's too cringe. The next thing you know, I'm actually going to be checking a weather app constantly or listening to the radio. So save me from myself. Go ahead and smack me. Do it. Just do it. Stick your hand through there and just whack me upside the head. I need to be stopped. It's crazy.
I'm gonna smack the goofy out you.
Anyway, as you can see, Dr. Berry's like really lean and muscular, and he shed all the extra pounds he had from previously, but he also got rid of all that inflammation he used to have. As carnivores, if it's one thing we know, it's inflammation. We can see it from 50 miles out. So he's leaner, less inflamed in the later videos. True, but he's also way more attractive. He has that carnivore spark that's often hard to put into words. It's unmistakable. Now, what I'm talking about is not quite the same as a Dr. Chafee kind of hot thing. And, shout out to Chafee, but I couldn't include him really that much in this because, he was made in the lab and everything, and he doesn't age. So, it's unfair to all the mortals to actually put him in this video too much. So, anyway. But back to Dr. Berry. To me, that spark makes him way more attractive than his previous video from years ago. He's 52 now, and he definitely gained some serious hotness points. He's the perfect example of what I'm talking about. He's gone looking like a tired and puffy younger guy to having that Pedro Pascal kind of hotness happening. You know what I mean? Pascal's 50 and shows aging on his face, but good God, he's sexy.
Yeah, boy!
I mean, I know he's just another annoying virtue-signaling actor, and I currently have Pedro Pascal fatigue, but I'm not going to chase him away for eating crackers in bed, if you know what I mean. But in my opinion, both Dr. Berry and Carrie Mann have that certain spark. And though both do look older as compared to their previous look, because everybody ages, in my opinion, they both look way more attractive. It's a good look for both of them. I think that a lot of you probably agree. Look, my point is this. When you are sick, fat, nearly dead, and have a recliner assigned to your ass as your designated spot to decay, you are old.
Or
Next on the Violence Channel.
When you start carnivore, you turn into something else entirely. You start to behave years and often decades younger in all the ways that count, inside and outside. I had given up. I had a basket full of medications that never fixed anything, including an opioid prescription that I depended on for 17 years just to function. But then, the day after Thanksgiving in 2022, at the age of 55, yet another medical condition sprouted up out of the blue and sent me to the ER, where I sat in a waiting room all day long just to hear little Doogie Howser say that first, he had no clue what was wrong. Second, he made a very vague reference to inflammation and a steroid. And then to add insult to injury, he charged me over $5,000 for the visit.
Right. Kick ass. What I do is just like you know what I mean? Like,
It was that very day where I faced one of my life's biggest crossroads. I remember this experience vividly. I had an epiphany watching all the other individuals sitting around in the ER waiting room. A lot of them were a lot younger than I was. And this little devilish voice started talking in my head. It said, "This is how it is. You better get used to it because this is your future." Looking back, if that little devil who spoke to me that day knew how pissed off I was going to get, he would have shut the hell up. I didn't listen. And all of a sudden, another voice surfaced that actually seemed to scream at me, telling me to run away. Warning, there is something wrong with this place. So I decided to take the most potent and effective pharmaceutical ever invented. I swallowed the red pill.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
And I returned home. That night, I started digging for answers, and I was determined to find out why we as a species were malfunctioning to such a spectacular degree at not just my age, but even younger. I was surprised at myself for even trying, but something was pushing me forward to keep searching. Looking back, I do believe it was divine intervention. I had tried all the other diets in the past, and I was methodical about doing them too. And some of them helped me to lose weight, but, not everything else that was wrong with me. But the core of my problem was not about being thin and fitting into clothes. Even though I kind of always viewed it that way, I was pleasantly surprised when I went searching for answers and actually found some that made perfect sense. I found the influencers I referenced in the previous video and more. I listened to all the strange stories, especially those people giving their testimony on Dave Mack's channel. And by the way, if you haven't yet, go check him out because the interviews are amazing. So I kept listening, mainly because as an author, I know for a fact that more often than not, the truth is way stranger than fiction.
Truth is always strange, stranger than fiction.
The following episode is based on a true story.
I started Carnivore as a last hope. I was determined that I would no longer practice insanity of returning to institutions that had never fixed anything or did anything but harm me further for decades.
Insane. Like completely insane.
Most of my conditions melted away in days. Some, it took a few months. I am 58 years old, and I've done Carnivore for 3 years. I feel like I am 20. No shit. I have more energy and vitality than my 2 kids do in their 20s, and it actually breaks my heart. But I'll never stop trying with them, and maybe someday I can get them to eat better. My story's not unique, though. There are tens of thousands or more who found this same second chance at life. This is what I meant when I say carnivore causes you to age backwards. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments if you experienced this for yourself or if you didn't. I would love to hear whatever you have to say. Again, thanks for watching, and if you like the video, if you could hit the like button, that would be great. And if you want to, subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss out on future content. And again, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.